And we are live. I am Mike TheZorch, and I am fluffy, and I'm trying to unfluffy. So join me as I do some more exercises. This week is the last week I'll be doing this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Next week I'm switching to an all-day thing, where everyday thing, where I'll be doing it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I'll be taking Saturday and Sunday off to let my body recover. But now this is the last week that I'll be doing it staggered. Next week, every morning, this will be a thing on this channel. So, got some good news. Actually, do have some good news for once. Alright. First good news. The bread recipe I have that uses almond flour and uses a little bit of almond flour, arrowroot flour, chia seeds, and things like that. That works. It doesn't have the overly blunt. The bread I was making before had this really overly almondy, blandish taste, and it was pretty bad. I mean, we like almonds, but not that much. This was like really just too much. Bring up my chat window. Let's see. People winning chat. Okay, but it was just too much, and it was really thick and heavy like cornbread. This was still a little bit there. It was still a little thick, but it was better. It tasted a lot better. I think the addition of the chia seeds and the arrowroot flour helped. Arrowroot flour has the consistency of actual wheat flour, so I'm going to look into some recipes with that. I'm still somewhat experimenting, but this one was doable. The only problem is that our baking pans for it are a little wide. They're meant for meatloaf. You know, meatloaves and little cake loaves and stuff. We need an actual bread pan, because bread is not that wide. And I did what the recipe suggests. I doubled it up so that it would fill the entire pan. Well, it didn't rise the way I thought it would rise. It rose a little bit. It did raise some. There was some rising, because there was baking soda and apple cider vinegar, which you need a acid to work with the baking soda to produce CO2, which rises your bread if you're not using yeast, which we can't use yeast because it requires sugar to activate it, and we can't have processed sugar. What we can have, and I'm going to experiment with doing this. I'm going to experiment to see if I can activate yeast with coconut sugar, because if we eat coconut, and we've had coconut before, you get sugars from coconut, but it's not the kind of processed sugar you get from cane and beet sugar, or it's not like, corn syrup. It's a natural sugar, because they do stuff to it when you get corn syrup and sugar, and it's not great for you. So I'm going to try that and see if it works, if it activates the yeast. That will make it taste a little more like regular bread, and it might even rise like bread. It might even rise like it. But I've got I'll be putting after one other thing happens. I'll be putting in an order for a silicone baking pan for bread. It's a narrower. It's a narrower. Can't say that word. Narrower pan for baking bread in. Because it's not supposed to be this. Not supposed to be wide like this. It's supposed to be narrower. Narrow. God damn it. And it's supposed to be not quite as wide. And so the bread will tend to rise higher because of that. It didn't rise as high as I was expecting it to because the pan was too wide. And the cat is wanting attention. I can't. Callie. Alright. Let's get started here. Oh! And the other thing. New chair this week. They wanted too much for a new chair on Amazon and eBay. So I went to Wayfair, and there's a chair with a 450-pound weight limit. Basically the same thing I've got now. This same chair, exact same chair. Different brand name, but exact same chair, because this one was a 450-pound limit chair. So I've got that on order. Oh, don't flop over. All right, but it's exactly like this one, and I should get that. Said I would get it on Thursday or the 7th. I'll finally have a better chair. Get rid of this old piece of crap. Also, I've worked out a better way of holding my seat in place while I pedal. Yeah, the chair was 122, which not bad. I had that extra, so my budget's very limited of stuff. Yeah, they're very limited, so I was able to get that. I think I need this to be a little closer. I adjusted this thing down here. I adjusted this down here so I could pedal better. I think I actually need this thing to be closer. And if anyone's asking, this thing that's in the foreground, it's a Tibetan. This is a Tibetan singing bowl. So I've had this for a while now, for like several weeks, and use that when I start the meditation stuff. Don't know if I'll stream that, but I'll be starting that. I feel so much better now than I have in a long, long, long time. Got you. Got you. You. Yeah, I feel so much better now than I have in a long time. I was able to stay on my feet in the kitchen for over an hour. Made lunch without 90% of the time in the kitchen for 90% of the time of prep time making lunch yesterday. I stayed on my feet. Lay down. Little shithead. Oh. Yeah. Get down. Let me get down. Get down. Good girl. Okay, I need to adjust this. Guess I'll adjust it on stream, but I've just got a cord down here that I cut to length. And I've got it tied up on the leg for my exercise bike down here, and it's tied around the base, pole, the hydraulic pole, which doesn't work anymore in this chair, to hold me in place. I need to be a little closer. I'm not getting full motion on the bike, so I need to be a little bit closer. So I'm gonna undo the knots I made in this. Tie it. Pull my chair a little closer. Then retie the knots. Better. Let's see. Oh, definitely better. Alrighty then. Okay, it's definitely better. Petting the cat. But yeah, this is better. I'm getting full motion with my legs now. before I was just like doing half movements. That's way better. Later I might adjust it in the next, before the next stream I might adjust it a little more, be a little closer. Out like that, yeah. That would be good. You know, and you know, I'll have an actually good chair. I'll have an actual good chair to do this with next time. I did strain my legs a lot at the store yesterday too. We went shopping, and so I don't know how long I'll be able to keep this up today, because we get orange juice with no sugar, and the brand that Tygra likes is orange juice with pineapple. And so there was one at the front of the refrigerator at the, you know, at the, not the freezer, but the refrigerator aisle. There was one up front, and then the other one was way in the back. And before, we had to have a guy go around and push it forward. Well, I tried something. I squatted down, and I was able to reach down and grab it from way in the back. And I was able to stand back up with no problems. Well, not severe problems. It hurt though, but I was able to do it, and a week ago I could not do something like that. So I'm definitely making progress, you know, getting my legs strengthened back up, and also you know, losing the weight. I'm definitely improving in that area. I'm bracing myself a little with this arm because this other side of the chair is not very strong, so I don't want the back to suddenly break on me. So I still need this chair for a couple more days. Once it's here, I'll be able to toss this piece of crap. What I might do is take off this other arm, take off the back, and just leave the seat part and use it as a stool in the kitchen. I'd have to see how low it sits. I need a higher sitting chair in there, like a stool or something, so I can actually work right. There is another chair in there, an old piece of crap IKEA chair, and it's really low. I can't see the chat. Doesn't look like anybody's in today. Their words the last time, they had some very encouraging words, and you know, an old friend dropped by too. That was good. Me and Tygra, we did the Zorch Central show on Friday. Because of our schedule, trying to stay, you know, consistent in a daytime sort of schedule instead of being on a nighttime schedule, I've been falling asleep about, I mean, right after I clean up in the kitchen about 10:30, 11. I come in here and I just basically collapse. So, probably won't be doing a lot of late night streams. Plus, Tygra's needing to get a lot of sleep. He's working on some really important projects for us around here. And he needs to be fully awake during the day. Oh, he's sleeping right now. He was up till 4 a.m. because he was working on that one of those projects. And it's very important for all of us around here. Very important. It will change a lot of things around here, this project. But he was working on that. He's the only one around here. He's the only one here to actually can work on that one. So I'm getting him up at 12. Plus we feed the cats on a regular schedule. We got to feed the cats at 12 today. So we got to feed the cats then. And then the cats get like 4 meals. We're thinking of cutting that back to 3. Cats can get by with 3 meals a day. They don't need 4. It's like Tygra had to get up like really early in the morning for their first meal, and not all of them eat. So he's thinking of cutting that one out and just doing noon, 6 p.m. and I think midnight for their meals. That'll give them a lot longer to sleep. All of us a lot longer to sleep, actually. No. And we were using one of those automated pet feeding things, but the food in it goes stale really quick. So the cats like their food fresh. So we have it in a sealed container. We take it out of the bag, we pour it into this container, and it's got a seal on it. And we scoop the food out with that. You know, we got a scoop in it and everything, and we fill their bowls. We give them each a bowl. Got a tray on the way. There's a large tray. It's meant for shoes. It's a multi-purpose tray you can put on the floor. Something that he can, something that we can put down. Tygra usually is the one that feeds them. Something they can put down, put their bowls down, they can eat. The one that makes the biggest mess is Foxy. She'll take food out of the bowl and put it on the ground and then eat it there. And she makes a big mess. Well, something that he can just sit down, put their bowls down, they can eat, and then dump in the trash or open the back door and just throw it out in the back. The you know, crumbs and stuff. And then just put it up until next feeding. So it wasn't that much, so I ordered that one, and we got a shared budget sheet, so I put it on that, and it will go on to the house fund, which is money we put in towards stuff for the house, so that I'll get that back when we run our numbers for, you know, the bills we share and stuff. So I'll get that money back. Now, I'd have to talk to them about my chair, whether or not that should go on the house fund or if that's a personal expense. It's furniture that technically goes on the house fund, but it's for my room, so I don't know. I have to talk to them about that. That's a big expense. It's like 122 bucks. But I had the extra money for it. today, and Wednesday will be the last days with this rickety old piece of shit chair. Ow. Like I said, I overdid it a little bit yesterday on my knees, my legs. I'm feeling it in my knee, my left knee. Ever since that day, that car crash and that airbag hit my knees have been messed up. Yeah, I want to continue, but my knee is really screaming right now. That's why I want to get all this weight off. I want to be able to ride a regular bike. You know, I want to be able to do that. I also want to be able to be the right weight. Because right now, there's stuff that I could put on my knee, put around my knee, that would help reinforce it. Thing is, I'm too big to wear the damn thing. It's like a knee brace thing that I could wear that would help it. You know, they sell them in the... They sell the things in the pharmacy section of Walmart. I could get one. Thing is, it won't fit my leg, because my leg is too big. I get down in weight, I get down to a reasonable weight, I'll be able to actually put one of those things on, and it will help my knee. And if I'm down to the proper weight to be able to do it, save up the money for that Schwinn adult trike, be able to ride it around. You know, and I'll have something on my knee to help brace it so that it won't be doing what it's doing now. Now, let me try some more. Because I really don't want to have to stop. I've been going at least half an hour on these shows, on these videos. Been going at least half an hour on this bike. I think I went an hour in the last one I did. And that's because a lot of people were in the stream. Probably also because it was Friday, and so a lot of people were free to visit the stream. I'm definitely getting hot. Okay, oh, no. Probably shouldn't have done that squat at the store. to get that thing, because that left knee. Damn it. And this is what happens when you let yourself go. You know, when you just stop giving a fuck because of your mental state and you just let yourself go. This is the consequence of it, kids. Stay fit. Even when you're older. And you won't have to go through shit like this. Of course, my knee is not because of my depression and me not taking care of myself properly, but still, should really take care of yourself. Later on today, I'm going to do a video on stuff that happened over the weekend. Not just, you know, this is the only video where I talk about, you know, the stuff we do with the diets and the bread and stuff. That one's going to cover, and this hit without warning. This particular subject hit without warning. We didn't even know it was happening. We forgot all about it. The European Fan Festival for Final Fantasy XIV happened this weekend. And they dropped a lot of details on the coming patch. And also a little bit more of what's coming in, you know, Shadowbringers, the next expansion. We have actual look at the Vieira race, the new playable race for the game. They seem to be adding a new playable race for... No, they did not add a new playable race for Stormblood. They didn't add a playable race for Stormblood. They added a new race for Heavensward. That was the Aura. They did add that. And now they're adding a new race for Shadowbringers, which is the Vieira. If you're familiar with Fran from Final Fantasy XII, that's basically what the new race is. That her species, those bunny girls. Now, bunny girls with the butt cheeks. So, yeah, when those come out, there's going to be a lot of bunny girls running around the game. And a lot more details. There is so much content in that game. I mean, I think at this point, there's more content in Final Fantasy XIV than in World of Warcraft. Literally, there's more content than World of Warcraft. Bar none. Because every update, because there's no content updates in between expansions on WoW. There's little tiny little things, but there's no real major content updates in between expansions in World of Warcraft. There's some patches, you know, bug fixes and stuff here and there. Little tweaks, maybe a little tiny additions here and there, but no real major content updates. Patches for Final Fantasy XIV are huge updates. They're almost like mini expansions in their in a way. And we're going to be getting 4 or 5 before 5.0, before Shadowbringers. So we're getting the next one that's coming on the 12th. That's bringing in the new PvP map and game type. And It's also ending the Eureka storyline. And Eureka is special content. It's like a large endgame raid, a huge open world endgame raid. And it brings a little bit of Final Fantasy 11 into 14. You know, where, you know, elemental attacks, you know, matter. And things like that. All the strange limitations and quirks of 11 were brought in, and they have this huge tower called the Baldesion Arsenal, and it's an open dungeon. It can contain 57 players at one time. The requirements to get into that thing will be insane. You have to have good times on tests. You have to have the best gear. Your character has to be ready to go in there. And we're going to be fighting a Final Fantasy XI boss called Absolute Virtue. And it took forever for people to defeat Absolute Virtue in 11. There was a battle that went on for like 48 hours once. People were collapsing, getting sick at their computers or on their PS2s, because the game was on PS2 at the time. Final Fantasy 11, it was on PS2, and it took days. Some people weren't able to beat it. One group finally did. One group finally did defeat it, and then Square reduced the difficulty of Absolute Virtue because it was just way too hard. But yeah, this content is tough. And what they're gonna do here, I'll be talking about that more in depth in the video later. It's gonna be tough. And then in later patches, we'll be getting more. I gotta stop. Later patches, we'll be getting more main scenario story leading up to Shadowbringers, and we'll be getting more main scenario story. Also, we'll be getting the world visit system. That's where if you go to one of the hub cities, like Udall or Limsa Limensa or Gridania, go to the Erythrite and you can change server. You can visit another server and play with people from there. So that'll be launching in a couple of updates. So they'll have that live before then. And we already have one of the other new classes that's coming announced, which is the Gunbreaker. And if you pre-order 14, Final Fantasy 14's expansion, you will get what's his name? I already forgot his name. You'll get the Gunblade from Final Fantasy VIII, basically, and a bunch of other stuff. I'll probably be pre-ordering it when I can. Probably not be getting the collector's edition. That's a little expensive for me right now. Like $200. What I might do is, they do offer an upgrade to the collector's edition digitally, so you'll get the digital items. You know, it's like a $20 upgrade. So I may do that. Just do that $20 upgrade to the digital collector's edition and get those extra things. And there's also the collab with Final Fantasy 15, and I want to do that in the game, because you'll get the car, you'll get the Regalia as a mount, and you can carry like 3 or 4 people in it, and it flies. So I definitely want one of those. Alright, so let me unhook from down here. This is, I'm gonna have to tighten that. Really tighten that. Okay. 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 My legs. Ow. Damn this squeaky ass chair. But yeah, I think. Okay. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another thing I was able to do this weekend, and I was able to run around, actually run a little bit around the house with the cats. What I would do is I grab this, their string toy. They have this toy that used to have a feather thing on the end on a string. Well, that broke a long time ago, but the stick is still good. So we just stuck a string on it, just a little elastic string, and the cats just love playing with it. I was playing with Foxy, and we're running around from the living room to the kitchen, because there's this wall where some cabinets are, and then there's 2 openings. There's one right next to Tygra's bedroom door that goes into the kitchen, passes the fridge, and then the other larger opening that goes into the living room, and is near where the bathroom and hallway is to mine and Dave's room. And I was able to go around and around and around that wall and cabinet, dragging that string behind me and making Foxy chase me. I was able to stay on my feet for a good long time doing that. And that was Saturday. That was before we set up for... That was before we set up for the show. On Saturday. I mean, yeah, no, that was... We did the show Friday. Derp. Yeah, it was Saturday. It was the day after. I was able to do that, though. Normally, I wouldn't have been able to do that, but because I am losing weight, I was able to do that. So, you know, I've got evidence that shows that, you know, this thing's working for me. Definitely working for Tygra. He's lost a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's it for today. Two more days of this, and then I'm gonna go every day. After that, you know, the staggered days, and then the weekend, my knee should be more healed up then. Then I'll be able to go every day and not push myself, you know. I'm gonna adjust this cord down here so that I'm closer to the bike so I can pedal better. It was a lot better today than that piece of crap hook I bought. You know, I'm not sending it back because it was just so cheap. I mean, just a couple of bucks. Anyway, for anybody that may have joined, probably but not chatted, or anybody to watch this later, thanks for coming in. Thanks to everybody that came Friday and had a lot of encouraging words. Thank you very much. That really helps a lot. And you know, take care of yourself. Don't let what happened to me happen to you. Don't, you know, if you have problems, if you had depression, and you just let yourself go because you just didn't care, seek help. It does help to talk to people. You know, if you have someone that will be sympathetic, that will actually listen to your problems, it helps to talk. And, you know, I went to some dark places, and I almost went there myself, to really dark places. But I had some good friends here that helped me. So, you know, anyway, seek help, but don't let doctors put you on the pill. Don't let doctors put you on depression medicine. Just don't. You know, that shit's worse than the depression itself. Don't. I've known people who took that stuff and it messed them up. So please don't. Anyway, Google Plus is shutting down April 2nd. So that doesn't give us a lot of time to promote the new community. But Gamers Bay, the community where I post a lot of my gaming content, and I also, you know, I'm an admin for Gamers Bay on their community and in their channel, and I do videos for their channel. And Daniel, who's the owner of Gamers Bay, occasionally comes and does videos for mine. The link for the new community on MeWe, that was created by it was a social media network created by the father of the World Wide Web, and it's designed so that basically their premise is privacy first. They will not sell your data. They do not track you like Facebook does. So that's why we moved there instead of Facebook. Now that's why we moved there instead of Facebook. So check out our community on MeWe. The link is in the description below. And you know, you can still find us on Google Plus, but again, that's going away April 2nd. So I mean, it sucks that Google's going to be shutting down Google Plus, but you know, they never really did anything with it. They ruined it with that new UI change, the one that it currently has. MeWe, their UI and the features it has is what Google Plus used to have. Google Plus was fine before they tried to Applify it. Applify. That's basically what they did. They tried to Applify it and they simplify it, and it was bad. All the neat features that Google Plus used to have, and they just took them all away. So MeWe has those neat features, and they actually listen to their community, and the community loves those features. There's in groups, there's live chat. There's live chat in groups. They do have voice chat, voice and video chat, just like Discord does. I think it's like $1.99 a month for it. You have to pay. You have to pay for the unlimited voice and video chat. That's not much. I pay that much for 100 gig on Google Drive a month. It's like $1.99. You know, but you know, it costs a lot of money to host that sort of thing. So yeah, it's a good service. It's a good social network, and they are very lenient on content. They still don't allow certain things, but they're much more lenient in content. They don't censor like Google Plus or Google, in that matter, does. So that's another good thing. That's another good mark for them. So again, check out Gamers Bay on MeWe, and you know, like, favorite, subscribe, all that other jazz on this channel. And don't forget to check out Gamers Bay here on YouTube as well for our other gaming content. I've been Mike, and thanks for watching me unfluffy. Now, it's probably boring just watching a fat guy ride an exercise bike, but hey. So, I will be back Wednesday. I will see you guys next time.